This is not a paid promotion. This is not. Logan's a friend. I love the guy.
Yes.
And he told me about Prime before he launched it.
Yeah.
I think Casey Neistat may be a secret owner of Prime. Hear me out. I don't think he's the one that came up with the idea of Prime or he's a secret owner in charge of everything. I think that Casey has secretly been a shareholder and owner of Prime before it launched and has equity in it. This all popped in my head when I saw this video about 3 months ago.
I'm bringing this up because this is something I'm embarrassed about. Logan's a friend. I love the guy.
Yes.
And he told me about Prime before he launched it. And I have like an unbelievable addiction to it. I try not to drink more than 3 a day. There's like 9 cups of coffee worth of caffeine in that.
Now I found that really interesting that Logan told Casey about that before he even launched it. It just got me interested. And then I saw this comment on the video and it said, oh, he's an investor. And I was like, wait, could he? But it did put the thought in my head and got me thinking maybe he could somehow be a part of Prime. Now, just because you promote Prime doesn't mean you're a part of it, because there are so many people that did these videos on Prime promoting it, saying it was really good. And I doubt they were getting paid by Logan. They just want to be a Logan KSI's good side. They want views. So I let all this fade away and I didn't really think too much of it. And then later on Halloween, I saw this. I'm sorry, but you can't tell me as an adult with kids that you would dress up as a Prime bottle? It just didn't make any sense. I mean, look at this. It looks like he's being forced and held hostage to do a thumbs up and he's like, yay. He just says, happy Halloween. Let me see your costume. This is me. But he does include, costume was from a friend. And I don't think this post was a sponsor or anything, because if he was sponsored, you have to say sponsored by Prime, I'm being paid, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not surprised they're friends. They're both famous people. They probably go golfing together. So it makes sense that they know each other. And I could be reaching too much. It's just one photo. It's not like he made a whole video about Prime. All right, now before I dig any deeper, I just want to preface that this isn't exposed, and I'm not trying to make Casey look evil or bad at the end of the day, because this is just a beverage company. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just really curious if Casey is somehow tied into this. All right, now right here, I'm gonna go back to the Andrew Schultz podcast and I wanna show you this clip. So notice right there how he reaches for the Prime to pull it out, and also how he perfectly has Prime facing towards the camera and doesn't have the wrong side. Just a little extra detail. And they start joking around with him like, oh my gosh, how much is Logan paying you?
This is not a paid promotion.
100 million views. What are we working with right here? What's going?
Yeah, he's definitely not getting paid for that.
And Andrew ends up asking, how much is Logan paying you?
How much is Logan paying you, bro?
0. I'm bringing this up because this is something I'm embarrassed about.
Now he does end up saying that he is not being paid. Now here goes the reach in the rabbit hole, but what if he's not being paid yet? Let me explain. So if you didn't know, KSI and Logan aren't actually the main owners and founders of the company. It was made and created by these two guys, and they pitched it to Logan, who then got KSI on board, and they decided to make it about 2 of them, and then they just brought the company up to the ground, blah, blah, blah. You know where it is now. So ownership-wise, KSI and Logan each own 20% each, which leaves around 60% left for other investors and Congo Brands and the other 2 owners. And Congo Brands doesn't just do KSI and Logan Paul, they have other influencer beverages that they promote and sell. Alright, so in the business world, there's this term called angel investors, and these are people that could be your friends or family, and you approach them when you need money to fundraise for your company, and with the money that they fundraise, you can give them equity and shares of the company, which they can end up selling if the company ends up going public and making a lot of money. And now there are other angel investors that are part of Prime, like Logan's wife, who said that she has some equity of Prime. Now we don't know how much Janina has. She could have 7%, 5%, or even as much as 1%. Because eventually whenever they sell Prime to another company, all of the shares a part of Prime have to be bought out, which means everyone that owns shares and is on the pie chart gets the money. Now if you see where I'm going with this, I think Casey's an angel investor and invested early on in the company. Casey did say that Logan told him about it before he launched Prime, and that's usually what you do when you're gathering people to invest in a company, but just because he told them about it doesn't mean he invested in it. MrBeast could have known about Prime before it launched. Does that mean he invested in it? No. But I did end up finding Casey Neistat's Crunchbase. If you don't know what Crunchbase is, it's basically an investment website that shows you famous people and celebrities' investments. And this was Casey's, and it did make sense. You can see his old company Beme that he did end up launching, and you can see him invest in some other content creating brands that are for editing and audio software. But there was one investment on here I wasn't expecting to see. I know it wasn't Prime, which if you can't tell by the name is a creator brand, but it's owned by another YouTuber, Eric. It's basically a masterclass for being a YouTuber, and you can buy a course and end up taking classes on how to be a better YouTuber and learn things from Eric and other YouTubers. Now what I'm assuming is they're somewhat of decent YouTuber friends. They may not be best friends forever, but they know each other. And what this did show is wasn't uncommon for him to invest in a YouTuber owned brand. Now when I was looking at Casey's other listings, I was unable to find Prime Energy or Congo brands, whatever they would call Prime on here. So I ended up looking at Logan Paul's Crunchbase, and I could see some other investments he's done even as early as 2015, but I couldn't find Congo brands in Prime, which then ended up making sense because, you know, it's a private company he's a part of. It's not like he's doing an outside investment into it. Now, even though we don't have any proof right now, let's just think about if Casey was a part of Prime. Why would he be there in the first place? Now, by using my above average brain, here's why I think it would be beneficial to have Casey part of Prime. First thing is that he's a creator. It'd be a lot better to have a creator invest in a creator company than a bunch of rich people from Wall Street, because they don't know the landscape that well. They're not YouTubers, they don't make videos. So why not have a big YouTuber a part of the brand? It'd be a lot more shocking if you saw like Mariah Carey invest in this company. You'd be like, wait, how'd she even know about it? It's also beneficial because of who Casey is. People in New York love Casey. He's like Spider-Man to them. He has a lot more older fans. It's not that teenagers don't watch him or don't like him. He definitely has teenage fans, but I feel like there's more adults that even watch him. Even my dad does and likes his videos. So by Casey showing this drink subtly, it can make the drink look more approachable and not have this young person stigma. But why wouldn't he just say he's a part of Prime? He didn't even say it on Andrew Schultz. He said it's not a promotion.
Oh wait, no, this is not a paid promotion.
Yeah.
But the thing is, even on Andrew Schultz's, he wasn't going ahead and saying it was a good drink. He was calling it addicting, saying that he couldn't get enough.
And I have like an unbelievable addiction to it.
I don't think it's Casey Neistat fashion to go ahead and promote a product. Imagine if in every vlog he had to show this bottle or say, oh, we just launched these new flavors. So maybe if he's a part of this brand, he's just able to show that it exists. He doesn't have to say, go buy it, check it out. But then again, also, we don't have any proof, so we can't go ahead and run away with anything. Now, it isn't unheard of for celebrities to invest in startups or companies. Some make it really obvious that they're a part of it and that they're even owners of it, or some just make it subtle and have it in the background and then end up selling their equity when they get the chance. Now, after chasing my curiosity and going on this fun mystery hunt, I only have more questions. Is it possible Casey could have been a part of Prime since the start? Are there even other investors a part of Prime Energy that we don't know about? Did Logan even offer Casey to be an investor? There is no definite proof now, but maybe we'll know in the future.